Hello everyone. Today I have some goodies for you. I have 7 common magical items that I want to share with you. So at the beginning of the Mobius campaign, I gave my players a bunch of different very common items that are meant to be there to be used very creatively. I'll share with you those 7 items in 3 different videos because I don't want to keep the video too long. The first item is called the kaleidoscope glasses. When you put them on and activate them with an action, they project this cube of swirling light in it that attract the eye. And the idea behind it is that you can use them as a distraction. It does not have any save. It's really just there like to attract the attention, and it's there for more of a narrative usage. All of these items, they don't have save. Again, they are there for narrative purposes. And so it's really up to the DM to decide if they want to apply a DC or not. And so these glasses, they project a light at 30 feet away from the caster, and it's a 10 feet cube with swirling light in it, and this will attract attention. The second item is a warding bookmark, and the item itself is a wooden bookmark with sigil etched in it, and when it is put inside a book, it will scramble the text, and anyone who wants to read the book will suffer from headaches, and this should ward the book from prying. If the person want to pursue and try to decipher the text, it should be quite easy to actually push through. But the idea is here that this is gibberish. I don't want to bother. But again, this is a common item. It can be easily be overridden, but it also have this little neat thing that if you want to remove the warding bookmark, it can damage the book, whether it's magical or not. It's fixed in place. And so if you wish to remove it without damaging the books, you can use a dispel magic or another spell of the same type, and then you can remove the bookmark safely. But if you just try to use brute force, then it's up to the DM again. It can damage the book. So this is part 2 of the common items that I've given at the start of the Mobius campaign. These items are created to be used in any type of situation. Their rules are not very specific because I want them to be used narratively. And so you can stay tuned, and I will share more of these items in part 3. We have a funny little item here. It's a set of 4 donkey legs. So they are 4 legs carved as if they were part of a table, carved in the shape of donkey legs. And the idea is that you put the legs next to an inanimate object, and it should not surpass the weight of what a regular donkey could carry. And when you use a command word, the legs will attach themselves to the inanimate object and then carry the object for you. And then the donkey legs act as if it was carried by a loyal donkey. You can use those legs to attach to a platform and then stack things on top of it. That would also work. Then we have the instant window. This item comes in a sprayer bottle, and you can use one action to spray the liquid from the bottle, and then you can use a cloth to kind of work the liquid into a surface, an animate surface up to 5 foot, and you have to rub the surface for 1 minute. And what it does is that it creates a window, and it's a one-sided window, so like in an interrogation room, for example. And the idea is that you can, you know, peep inside a room where there is no window, and so it creates a one-sided window. And for example, you are in a corridor, a stone corridor, and you know that there is a chamber on the opposite side of the wall, and you want to see what's happening, and then you can use this liquid, you work it through, and then you can peer on the other side. So this is part 3 of the mundane and common items that I've given at the start of the Mobius campaign. If you've seen the previous 2 videos, you know that these items have been given because I want them to be used in a creative way. Again, the description is pretty vague because I want these items to be used in a narrative way and with some bit of creative out-of-the-box thinking. I invite you to look up the links in the description, because you can get the item cards for all of these items on the Milestone RPG website, and you can use them in your campaign if you wish. These are very fun items to have in play. Then we have the chewing bone. So the chewing bone is inspired by a dog toy. It has the shape of a bone, but it's made out of a spongy material and has bite marks on it. And you can use one action to bite into the thigh bone, and once you do so, it will emanate the smell of a freshly cooked meat, you know, like barbecue grill meat. That's very appetizing. So it will radiate that smell up to 60 feet radius, so it covers quite a large area, and the smell is quite intense, and it will cover all other smell in the area for 1 minute. The mimic coin. Now this one is a tiny bit more complicated, but the coin looks like a regular coin, but it has like a winking face on it. So you take this coin and you put it in your mouth, and then as an action it will activate, and it will transform the user into a random piece of furniture of the same size of the creature that activates it. The creature that has been transformed into that piece of furniture retain their mental capacity, so their charisma, intelligence, and wisdom, but they only retain their sense of hearing. So while in this shape, they can still hear what's going on around them at a range of 30 feet. And they have to stay in that shape for 1 hour. And after that, they will return to their natural state, and they will return with the gold coin still in their mouth. And then the coin can be reused again after a long rest. And finally, we have the Infinite Rat Bag. This one is not of my making. I have found it on the internet and I find it hilarious. That bag can only produce rats. So whenever you put your hand in the bag and activate it, you pull out 3d20 normal rats. And when you pull them out, the rats are regular rats. They behave like rats. They do not listen to you. And they will only attack if they feel threatened or if you attack them. And so they are regular rats. And so you can only expect whatever would happen in a situation where from 3 rats to 60 rats to suddenly appear in an environment. And if you turn the rat bag upside down, it will release 5d100 rats and will be destroyed. I love this subject, and this subject in our campaign is in the hands of Salik the Illithid, and he uses the bag almost every day to feed. He eats the brains of the rats to keep his hunger down. So it's not often mentioned, but this particular bag is often used.